Hey everybody, it's Theo Vaughn here, and I got a question. When it comes to soda, are you really picking a zero sugar cola that you actually prefer, or are you just settling for what you've always had? That's the question. And I'll say this, when it comes to taste, I find that nothing beats Pepsi Zero Sugar. But you don't just have to take my word for it. That would be ridiculous. Pepsi has been doing blind taste tests for years. No labels, no brand names, just taste. And last year, they brought back the Pepsi Challenge, and the results were clear. 66% of people agreed and said that Pepsi Zero Sugar tastes better than Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. In fact, Pepsi Zero Sugar won in every market they tested. So if you're grabbing a zero sugar soda, go with the one people keep choosing when taste is the only thing that matters. Go out and try Pepsi Zero Sugar today. Let your taste decide.
The city of Hialeah lies at the tippity bottom of the state of Florida, home these days to a titty-titch over 200,000 people. And the city is notable for being 94% Hispanic. Dios mío. You know, in 2009, Forbes named it one of the most boring cities in America. And that probably suited the people who live there just fine. Because when a city becomes known for something, it's usually not a good news story. Though more recently, this case is the most notable thing, and it sure as shit ain't good. Not boring neither. Also recently, the former chief of police was arrested, and the locals came out in anger about the city's depiction in a Netflix movie called The Rip.
I know Hialeah has been the butt of the joke for a long time, but that ends now.
What do I know? I haven't seen the movie. Heard it's a giant piece of shit though. But let's get to what we're gonna get to. And it all started with a 911 call made around 11:30 p.m. October 12th, 2023. As 911 calls go, I mean, you're rarely getting good news, and this one ain't breaking the mold, neither.
Hi, speak English, how can I help you? Can you bring me the police over here where I live? What is your address? I don't know my address. Okay, do you live there? I live here. Okay, so you have a driver's license and you have something that came on the mail that you might be able to get the address? It's a whole 13. Okay, can you find something that came on the mail? Any letter, any newspaper, any magazine? I'll try. But then I show my mom. Okay.
The caller was a young boy, 13 years old, telling the operator he had just done something unthinkable to most. Pretty darn thinkable to himself. He had stabbed his mother in the neck. His voice was shaky. He wasn't screaming, he wasn't crying, he just seemed like he was in shock at something he had just done. Like he couldn't believe himself. He was still in the house, his mom bleeding out. His newborn sister, just 2 weeks old, in her crib beside.
Are you by yourself with your mom? Yeah, no, my baby sister's here, so she's sleeping. How did you kill your mom? I dropped the knife from the kitchen, and while she was sleeping, I stabbed her in the throat and in the back. Okay, where is the knife right now? I put it, let me check. What is it? I can't find the knife. Okay, and what is your name? Rosa. Okay, why did you kill your mom? I just don't want to meet you no more.
He was as rattled as a 13-year-old boy can be after doing the things he claimed he had just done. In fact, he was so rattled, the operator was like, "Where do you live?" This is a 13-year-old boy, described as very intelligent. He had no answer. It took him like 4 minutes to be able to give the operator his address. And trust me, it took the police a hell of a lot less time to get there and meet young Master Derek. Derek Rosa was born 2010, son of Irina Garcia and Jose Rosa. Now, Irina and Jose were not an item, and Derek, he had a stepfather, Frank Ramos, who was the father of Irina's new baby girl. Irina Garcia, 39 years of age, was a native of Cuba, having moved to the United States in 2006. She was always described as a very loving mother who put her son Derek first constantly. She met and married Jose Rosa, who was in the military, 22 years in there, but that didn't last, other than the kid they had together. However, they still, by all accounts, had a good relationship, having joint custody of Derek. Then Irina met Frank, and had another kid. They moved into this new apartment about a year before, and got on really well with all the neighbors. Irina described as always friendly, one to stop and yap away. Now Derek, in 2023, was a student at I Matter Middle School in Hialeah, and he was, like straight A's. He was like top of the class. Friggin' nerd. All his grades, no alphabet here, just letter numero uno. Muy bien. Yeah, you might have noticed I studied Spanish in school. And got a D-. So you got Derek, right, who's well loved by his classmates, an honor roll student. He helped carry his mother Irina's groceries up when they went shopping. They were, allegedly had a really, really good relationship, mother and son. And then he goes and, what? For Derek, there were no major red flags, no history of violence, no disciplinary issues at school. If you were trying to build a profile of somebody who would do what he did, he wasn't even taking a box for Manson lamps. Derek wouldn't make the shortlist. The day of, he was in school, and it was just like any other day. Absolutely nothing out of the ordinary leading to this random and horrifying attack. He went to bed at approximately 10 o'clock, and then for some reason we can only guess at, he got up, went into the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and stabbed his mom over 40 times. Calling her, while he did so, some kind of homophobic slur, it's never been repeated what he actually said. During the attack, Irina did wake up screaming, and he just kept at her till she stopped. He made a 911 call that was out of character, let's say, though I'm not sure how many people would make this call in character. Though on that call he did mention one thing. Something about pictures he sent?
Yes. I took pictures and I told my friends about it. You told who about it? My friends. Your friends? Did you send pictures to your friends? So what you did? Yeah. Well, did you send those pictures to Derek? My friends. I don't know his real name because he is an online friend where they was alive.
Police raced to the scene at 211 West 79th Place. Frank Ramos, the stepdad, he was out of town at the time as he worked as a truck driver. In fact, on the call, Derek was sort of concerned that his stepdad would come before the police did. He doesn't, they do, and find the horrifying scene. In fact, Frank Ramos would learn about what had just happened to his wife and his stepson on his phone, seeing the ring footage on his phone app. Derek opened the door to the police and was completely cooperative with them as they came in.
Hialeah police!
Get on the ground. Go.
The son is in custody. Any knife?
There's a knife in my room.
The knife is in the room.
There's a baby.
How's the baby? Did you do anything to the fucking baby?
No, I did not touch the baby.
Yes, sir. Come on. Leave him down. Sit over here. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. All the way down. Lay down. He's full of blood.
The scene was covered in blood, and in the bedroom they found a 12-inch long kitchen knife he had used to stab his mom to death as she slept, in the throat, face, neck, chest, and in the back, over 40 times, 46 to be exact. It was pure violence, overkill, aggression, whatever you want to call it. I'd call it pretty dark. And Irina lay on the ground beside her bed. And you know, when the medics, the EMTs arrived to their apartment, it was clear, like, off the bat, there's nothing that could be done to help her. Thankfully, as horrifying as what was done to Irina in her own bed, the 2-week-old newborn who was in the crib right beside, she was untouched. She lay sleeping. In fact, Derek would later say, why hadn't, you know, after doing what you did to your mom, simply why didn't, you know, you attack your half-sister? He would say she never woke up. If she did, he might have done the same to a 2-week-old. Derek went with police, while his family also arrived to the scene and told what they could about the family, about the situation, and if they could think of any reason in the whole wide world why a 13-year-old, bright, straight-A, well-loved boy would do something so horrifying. The doorbell cam would show that things seemed fine earlier that night. At around 8:25 p.m, Derek had popped out for a minute and Irina was seen there in a seat with her newborn. Then later, the baby monitor would capture Irina in bed with her newborn daughter at around 10:25 p.m. Then she put her little girl into the crib and went to sleep herself. About 30 minutes later, a figure came in and stabbed Irina to death. And it would be revealed that right after murdering his mom, he took a picture of her body and a selfie, hang 10, sent it to a friend. Then, 10 minutes after sending these images, he called another friend named Sweden with an extra E who lived in a different state, saying the same, sending him more pictures, telling him what he'd been up to, basically saying, what do you think? His friend thought he was, taking the piss, before he realized that ain't no shit from Spirit of Halloween. Not long after, Derek called the police himself. When he was taken in, Derek spoke with police for about 20 minutes, and he seemed odd in the interview room, like weird. Sort of not like somebody who had just brutally stabbed their beloved mother to death. He's 13-year-old, he's a child. He doesn't understand some of the words they are using.
Okay, read the second line.
You have the right to remain silent.
Okay, you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, write your name again if you understand that. Okay, read this line right here.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in court.
Okay, you understand that? Go ahead, the same procedure. Just go ahead and put your initials or your signature. Go on to the next line.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and to have the lawyer present with you during the questioning.
Okay, you understand that? Go ahead and okay. Now right here.
If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning, if you so desire.
Okay. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Signature. And this right here.
If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop answering at any time or until you talk to a lawyer.
Okay, go ahead and initial right there. Okay, now read this whole paragraph.
I have read this statement of my rights, and I understand what my rights are. I am willing to make this statement and answer questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand and know what I'm doing. No promises or threats have been made to me. No pressure or coercion.
Coercion, that's that we're forcing you to do something.
Okay.
You understand? Whatever you're doing on your own voluntarily basis, making an educated decision for yourself, okay?
Okay.
Keep on.
Coercion of any kind has been used against me.
Okay. Now, we are investigating an incident that happened, where you called police, okay? Before we ask you any questions, we want to make sure that you know this. And if you want a chance to explain yourself, the only way that we would be able to take your statement is if you agree to talk to us without the presence of an attorney. If you do, go ahead and sign right here.
What's an attorney?
An attorney is someone that can represent you in legal matters.
What's your address?
I don't know my address.
Okay. What's your telephone number? You don't know it either?
No.
Okay. What type of phone do you have?
An iPhone.
An iPhone? What color is it?
It's blue.
It's blue?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you lived in that apartment there?
Since I was 11, so 2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Okay. Who lives there with you?
My mom, now my sister, because my mom had a daughter a week ago.
Okay.
And my stepdad.
What's your sister's name? Okay. And your stepfather, do you know his name?
Yes.
What's his name?
Frank Ramos.
Frank Ramos. Okay. Derek, let's start with this morning. You slept at your house last night, right?
Yeah.
Do you go back and forth between staying with your mom and your dad, or no? Or you usually just live with your mom?
It's really hard to explain. One weekend, I'm with my mom, and the other weekend, I'm with my dad. No, I'm not with my dad a whole week. Only 2 days.
Only weekends.
But not every weekend.
Where does your dad live?
Don't know.
You don't know? But is it in Miami, down here somewhere?
It's in Broward.
In Broward?
Yeah.
Okay. But last night you slept at your mom's house?
Yes.
Okay. You got up this morning and...
Went to my bus, a school bus.
You went to your school bus?
Yes.
What school do you go to?
I'm at Middle High.
I'm at Middle High?
Yeah.
Okay, that's over there on 20th Street, right?
Yes.
And what grade are you in?
8th grade.
8th grade? Honor classes?
No.
No? So, tell me about your day at school. Regular day at school?
It was regular. I didn't do too much work.
You didn't do too much work?
No.
Regular release day time and stuff like that? How do you get there, in bus?
Yeah.
Okay. You got back?
On bus.
On bus?
Yes.
Okay. And then you were home the whole day? Or did you leave?
I stayed home after school.
You stayed home after school?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into what happened tonight.
He gets upset about some parts and then is like totally chill about other parts. He's like, sure, you know yourself. Like,
tell me what happened tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Well, at around like 10, I went to bed.
Okay.
My mom did too.
Is that your regular time?
Like
9?
Yeah.
Okay. So you went to sleep around 10?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what?
I woke up.
You killed her? Alright. What type of knife was it? Do you know?
It was just a big size kitchen knife.
That big?
Yeah.
What color was the handle?
Purple.
Purple?
Yes.
Okay. Your mom was sleeping?
Yeah, she was sleeping.
Did you ever make your way to your sister?
Killing her?
No.
Touching her?
Touching her?
No.
No?
I left her alone. She was sleeping and she didn't wake up, so I didn't touch her.
Okay. Why did you stab your mom?
Can I go to the bathroom before I answer that?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Give me 1 second.
You want to take him to the...
I have patrol tape.
Yes, have patrol take him. Make sure...
Now, what Hialeah police say is that last night they received a call from that 13-year-old saying that he had just murdered his mother. And when officers arrived, they found that woman dead in her bedroom next to a crib.
Cell phone video shows a 13-year-old boy emerging from a Hialeah apartment. Officers waiting outside quickly arresting him.
Derek Rosa was charged with murder in the first degree, with the judge ordering Derek to be held in an adult jail, to be charged as an adult. I mean, again, we're talking about a 13-year-old here, but, well, what he says goes, I guess. So, as you can imagine, in the jail, he was the only 13-year-old held in there. He was held in the juvenile section, with 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds, and he was held in his own cell, but his defense attorneys were like, yoink, can we get him out of there? Derek Rosa pleaded not guilty. At his hearing, his dad, Jose, his grandmother, other family members all sat in the front row in support.
Your mom sleeping?
Yeah, she was sleeping.
Rosa also explained his last words to his mother.
Did you tell her anything before you stabbed her?
Word in Spanish.
The lead detective in the case also testified that Rosa made several incriminating Google searches on the night of the murder.
In prison, psychologists would try and examine Derek to, see what... That's the thing. As you heard on the 911 call and in the police interview, he never once said why he did that to his own mom. In fact, in the 911 call, he just blanked it. In the interview, when they began asking, hey, and he, why here? Why'd you do that? That's when he asked, for an attorney. That's when he said he wanted to stop talking to the police. So we have no why.
And then she woke up?
Yes.
Did you say anything else to her? Did she say anything to you or no?
No, she just screaming.
She just screamed?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you stab your mom?
Can I go to the bathroom before I answer that?
Yes, of course, of course.
Give me 1 second.
You want to take him from the...
I have patrol tape.
Yes, have patrol take him. Make sure they're 5'5" on the body cam.
Where's patrol at? Where's patrol? One thing, you said he was your online friend, right? What type of console do you have? Do you play them, or is it on the computer?
I play on a couple consoles. There's an Xbox in the living room. I have a Switch in my room. I have a VR headset in my room too.
Okay. And what type of games do you play?
Mostly fighting or shooting games.
Like what? Some?
Like Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your gamer tag?
Pictures like Stock Tree.
What is it called?
Stock Tree.
Stock Tree?
1990.
Why'd you pick that name?
Can you spell that for me?
Yes.
Go.
STOCK. No space. Capital T.
No space?
No space. Capital T.
Okay.
REE. 199.
Another 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
0.
Okay, so that's it. Stock Tree 1990, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna also go take you back to the. Did you call anybody else other than your friend?
I call my friend.
Okay. Did you post anything on social media?
No, I don't think so. Oh, I did not.
Okay. Do you have social media?
I have Discord.
Discord?
Yeah.
That's like a video game thing, right? What's Discord?
It's like WhatsApp.
WhatsApp?
It's like that.
Okay.
That's Discord, DISCORD?
Yes.
Okay, and what's your username on that?
It's him, HIM.
Capital HIM?
Yeah.
Okay.
Underscore.
Underscore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Forever.
Forever? Okay, do you have Instagram?
No.
No? Do you have WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't have Facebook, right?
I have Facebook.
Okay, Facebook?
I don't use it though. I just need it for my headset.
Okay, what's your screen name on Facebook?
I think it's just my name.
Your name?
Derek Rosa.
All straight?
Yeah. And with a space in between.
No space?
A space.
Derek, D-E-R-I-K?
No, D-E-R-E-K.
Oh, I'm sorry. Derek, space, Rosa?
Yes.
Okay, but no, nothing in between, just a space?
Yeah, the only space.
Okay.
How old are you, Derek?
13.
And what grade is that? I forget.
8th grade.
8th grade?
Yes.
Okay. Did when the police got there, did you say anything to the police? That you remember?
I asked about my sister.
You asked about your sister?
They said who was in there. I said my sister.
Okay. Did you say anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. So you were about to tell me the why. Why did you kill your mother? Do you know?
Do I have to say it now?
Yeah, get it off your chest. Absolutely.
Can I wait for a lawyer?
Okay, at this point, you want a lawyer?
Maybe not.
We can't. No, listen. Just so you understand, okay? You have mentioned or asked us, should you wait for a lawyer? We're not here to advise you on whether to talk to a lawyer or not. That decision is yours, okay? But if you are requesting a lawyer at this point, we can't interview you any further. You understand? We have to stop the interview.
Okay.
Do you want us to stop the interview?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then this interview will end right now.
It is 3:05 a.m.
Okay. Thank you.
Psychologist wants to examine him. Mental health. Did he have psychosis? Did he just break from reality for some reason? What they found, 2 psychologists examined him. One found he had ADHD. The other found he had autism. Not exactly things that make you want to go around and butcher your own mother. Nothing ringing any bells here. The reason why Derek did what he did. It still largely does remain a mystery. I mean, maybe he did just snap. Went out of his mind. Or, as many think, I'll let you in on a little something. Maybe he had just a teeny bit, like that much, of an obsession with Friday the 13th, with Jason Voorhees, with violence, with gore, with wrecked videos, all that sort of stuff. You know, Rotten.com. He was fascinated with online videos of murder, torture, death, gore, and his obsession was only growing and growing. And sure wasn't Halloween only around the corner. Apparently he was going around telling anybody who would listen, all his busy mates, he was going to be Jason Voorhees for this Halloween. Sure, Friday the 13th, it's only his favorite franchise. Sure, that explains it. And guess what, hotshot? He stabbed his mother to death on Thursday, October 12th at 11 p.m. 1 hour before Friday the 13th of October 2023. He was too excited, he couldn't wait that hour, it seems, before murdering his mother, so it would be Friday the 13th. When he called his friend, he even allegedly stated, "I'm doing a Jason. Pick any other Jason, Derek, you can't do worse." Although, I mean, those Transporter movies, yikes. In the hours leading up to the murder, he had Googled, where is the best place to stab someone? The carotid artery. Is a small knife good for killing? Can a knife cut through bone? Clearly documenting a plan to kill. Though he didn't have a machete like his idol, he could find something just as deadly. He knocked it out of the park with those searches. I'm not sure if they were very needed for what he did, because he was gonna make sure with those 46 stab wounds, he was gonna get the job done. Now, weirdly, and this just shows you, there's a lot of crazy people out there. I mean, as if you didn't already know that. But a lot of mothers from around the country started showing up in support of Derek Rosa. You had Free Derek petitions, people claiming that he is innocent. I mean, he said he did it, though. So I don't know what else to tell you.
A protest outside the Metro Justice Building in Miami and inside.
The group gathering for a hearing for a teen accused of killing his own mother.
He's a child. He did not kill his mother.
This group of mothers from Chicago, California, Kentucky, and Texas insisting Derek Rosa, now 14, is innocent.
You want the real person who committed this passion crime to be charged fully. Derek Rosa did not do it. He's a child.
This group of moms from Illinois, California, Kentucky, Texas insist that he did not do it and wanted the real killer to be charged. This is like the problem with looky-loos inserting themselves into cases, like TikTok investigators, all of that kind of shit. I mean, he admitted he did it. But, ooh, folks, what if there was somebody else in the apartment that day? Somebody off camera. Somebody, because people would claim you could hear weird noises in the background. Like a TV? No, it's definitely not a TV. It's clearly the silent killer pulling the strings in the background, forcing gullible, poor young child Derek to murder his mom. Like his dad, Jose. Maybe he was involved. Maybe his stepdad, Frank Ramos. He was involved. He forced Derek to do it. Because there's no way Jose, a 13-year-old boy, could just snap and murder their mom. Even though he had he said he did it, so what? Even now, if you venture onto TikTok, you'll find plenty pointing the finger at stepdad Frank Ramos, that he had a secret family, that he wanted Irina gone. All these sorts of horrible accusations that quite frankly, I can't really get into because my Spanish is, I got a D-. So, with the twist these moms are inventing in their own heads, this truly looks like, somehow the Emperor returned type awfulness. But I guess people really don't want to believe a kid can do a crime as horrifying as what Derek did. It just makes the world so much more worse. I mean, and it's already bad enough. I mean, his own dad, Jose, his family, they would all say this was just totally unthinkable from somebody like him. They stood by him through everything because this just wasn't him. They knew him. It seemed impossible he could have done what he did. Yet he did. At a hearing in 2024, 26 letters were presented by his defense team, all written by friends and family, all positive letters about the type of person he was. How none of this made sense. He was kind, he was polite, respectful, a good kid, someone who helped around the house, did well in school, someone this shouldn't have happened with, to, and from. Even investigators could acknowledge it. Interestingly though, as this case sort of made its way through the legal system, the court system, the defense knew they needed another dog to throw a dart at. They needed an alternate suspect. So, who you got? Frank Ramos, of course, the stepdad. Irina's husband, Derek's, he must have done it. He must have been involved somehow. The defense began to try and shift public attention onto him as an alternate murder suspect. Now, Frank Ramos, he was a truck driver. That was his job. He was confirmed to be in Georgia at the time of the murder. But what the defense wanted was access to his Facebook messages. Because allegedly he discussed details about the murder of Irina with an unknown individual. And in such specific detail. Her reaction, her cries for help, the physical altercation. The defense was claiming he knew things he shouldn't have been able to know about the murder, so therefore he must have been involved in the murder.
Rosa's attorneys want to review a Facebook conversation between the stepfather and someone else, which they say was too descriptive about the murder, including how the victim screamed for help or how she fought the suspect back. On the other hand, prosecutors say those messages aren't relevant for trial, and how Ramos, a truck driver, was working in Georgia while his wife was being murdered.
How would he know that if he wasn't involved? Unless the police told him. Or remember, there was a baby monitor in the room, so the whole murder was recorded. So that, that explains it. Okay, it's not him. It was in late 2025 that the trial of Derek Rosa began to gear up. Pre-trial hearings being held right before Christmas. And just like everyone said throughout this entire case, the lead detective reiterated that Derek got on well with his mom. He had no reason to do any of this. It seemed like he didn't know. When his 911 call was played at the hearing, he closed his ears, not wanting to relive that night. And so with that, after going through the legal system for a couple of years, as trial was about to begin in early 2026, Derek Rosa made a decision. He started this, he would end it. he took a plea deal offered by the prosecution. On Friday, January 9th, 2026, Derek Rosa, now 15 going on 35, pleaded guilty to 1 count of murder in the 2nd degree in exchange for a sentence of 25 years in prison. If he'd gone to trial facing 1st degree charges, he could have been looking at life. He will receive credit for time served. All Derek Rosa had to say was, "I'm sorry."
I've sworn you under oath. Your lawyers tell me that you wish to change your plea today, and that requires me to talk to you for a while. Okay? I'm going to ask that you respond to my questions out loud and in full words. Are you good with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Do you wish to enter a plea of guilty to the charge of murder in the 2nd degree with a weapon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And Derek, you have a right to, we call it allocute, but you have the right to say anything that you want to say at this point, if you have anything that you wish to say at the point. Your choice.
I'm sorry. It's here.
As he headed to prison for that long stretch, he left his supporters, of which there were many, a note. January 19th, 2026. Thank you to everyone that helped my case. Derek, Stephen, Rosa. And Sinead, that was it. No explanation, no apology, no why. Just a thanks, see you later. Still to this day, he has never admitted what he did, what the reason was. The whole, Halloween Jason thing is assumed. It's not definitive. It's just known that he was obsessed with this kind of stuff, so therefore that's why he did it. But who knows? Does he have some kind of undiagnosed mental illness? Was he jealous of his baby sister who was born right before all of this? Jealous of the attention she received? Or did he really just love violence and gore? Kids can be impressionable. Maybe the impression made upon him was the very darkest kind. Shortly before the murder, he sent videos, all sorts of gore videos, head exploding, that kind of carry on. He sent it to his girlfriend, to his friends, and he was yucking it up, watching all of this stuff. So maybe, just maybe, all of those videos just wasn't enough for him, and he had to go do it IRL, as the kids say. Maybe he is just a psychopath, after all. Psychopaths can be good at school, Psychopaths can help you carry your groceries. And the fact that we ain't got no reason, I think it just makes it all the more scarier. Because if you ain't got no reason to brutally butcher somebody, then we got all the reason to log that person up. Which is where the kid is now.